see if this is gonna work and make sure that my sound is good and such. Bear with me, you guys. Look, come. Okay, let me go ahead and get it popping. Oh snap! This thing back here is on. Jesus. Let me just turn this thing on. Okay. I'm gonna have to download this, chop this little first piece off because it's giving janky. Um, hey, it's your girl KV, starting something new on the channel. We're going to start doing book reviews. Um, I was trying to test out a streaming app because I want to be able to start interviewing people, figuring that type of thing out, and just kind of having visuals on the screen that I don't have to go in and edit. So that would be, putting the little stuff up with the streamer. So I was trying to test that out, but for some reason it just wasn't connecting on through. So I'm just gonna go live through YouTube for today and call it a thing where I'm at. So today I'm going to start in about book reviews, y'all. We're gonna call this playlist on the channel Booking It. I grew up always loving books. It was something that me and my mom always did. We would go to like Barnes and Nobles and stuff, check out some books, get some books. Always loved books. Grew up in Atlanta. And y'all remember the Bookin program where you could read so many books and you can get the little Pizza Hut pieces, little personal pan pieces. And when I was in Atlanta, we could also read enough books to get tickets to Six Flags. So I would read so many books that I would get enough tickets to take the whole family to Six Flags at the end of the year. And it just really fed my love of reading. Scholastic book fairs and all of the things I just always went to. I always loved going to the book fairs. My mama, it was a post that popped up on my Facebook, an old post like 3-4 years ago, where I was talking about the scholastic book fairs and how my mama used to make sure I got, a good bit of what I wanted from them book fairs because I loved me some books. Hey y'all, hey, thanks for joining the chat. Not a low taper fade. Scholastic book fairs. And then, life just kind of happened. Having children, well, not children, just one. Getting married, having a baby, and stuff like that just kind of took me away from books. But now I am back into my love of books. In 2024, I got back into books. I joined a book club. I started a book club. I read about 5 books, and that's what I was trying to get on the live stream with y'all for, because I had like a little what I had posted on Instagram stories, my little canvas slide of what y'all hear. My child. Y'all like the video, my books that I read last year. Once I got started, I read 5 books last year. These are the 5 books, if you can see them. One is An American Marriage by Tayari Jones. Love and Color by Babalau. Mayor of Maxwell Street by Avery Cunningham. That's definitely going to be one that I'm going to review and interview the author. 1201 by Bella J. That was what I was going to review today, but we're going to change it to another book, the first book that I've read for this year. And then also Allegedly by Tiffany Jones? Tiffany Jackson. So today, though, we will be talking about Demon's Dream. Demon's Dream, y'all. And before we get into the book, just to get like back to joining a book club last year really helped me get along and having somebody to talk to about the books. So it held me accountable. Like, okay, girl, you got this meeting next week, so you got to finish this book so you don't be in there looking crazy with nothing to say. So it's been great joining the book club and being able to discuss it. Cause I've attempted to start a book club she must be on the toilet, y'all. Excuse my toddler. Okay. I've tried to start a book club twice since I've been back in Memphis for like 6, 7 years now. We be pushing along. The first one we just did one book and kind of disintegrated after that. This one I met with a couple of the girls once and we had a pretty good discussion. Hopefully, we will be able to meet again. But so I was like, okay, well, I could at least get on YouTube. I'm sure I can find people on YouTube and on the internet that I could talk to about these books. So, just in case people wanted to join along, wanted to read these books, wanted to get back into reading as your 2025 resolution or goal, you can always go get a library card, y'all. Library cards is free. Make sure you let the government know that these libraries are needed so they can keep getting the funding and stuff. You can even apply online and get your library card that way. Because some people don't even go in to get physical books. Some people just stick to Libby. Libby is an app where you can download all type of ebooks or audiobooks and it's through the library system. So you just upload your card information and check out books that way. That's how I get the majority of my books. The only reason I really go into the physical location these days is for my daughter. She likes to go in and we like to go to the library every couple of weeks and get some books. There is also YouTube audiobooks. A lot of audiobooks get recorded and put on YouTube. I found the next book that I'm actually reading for the book club is on YouTube, only for the week. Also, there's Kindle Unlimited. They have, different Kindle Unlimited and Audible have different, 2 month, 1 month free trial before you go into like a $12 subscription for the year. So plenty of different ways to get into reading, y'all. So now for what is wrong with my child? Can y'all hear all that? I really hope y'all can't, but I feel like y'all can. I'm going to Goodreads. I'm going to read y'all the intro, how they describe this book. Hold on, let me get it together. Where's the what? I don't want that. I want to open the book. Okay, y'all ready? Demon's Dream by Elle Kayson. On Goodreads, it's got a 4.77. Like I said, this was something that was recommended. We were reading it in the book club that I'm in. I should have been done by now. That's why she turned up. Demon clawing my way from the depths of hell to haunt the nightmares and steal the lives of many. I earned the name Demon. Hardened by a life that no one should live, I had rules that governed my existence. No caring, no intimacy, no love. And then I saw her. Dream. Beautiful, brave, bold. And for 30 days, she was mine. I would follow my way. I would follow my rules, have her body, ignore her heart. Then she looked at me like she knew me, like she saw me, like she loved me. I know that's right. And I knew 30 days weren't nearly enough. Dream, brilliant and badass. I was my family's fixer. I was the queen of negotiating and smoothing ruffled feathers. I had never met a situation I couldn't talk us out of until my brother crossed the wrong family and they would accept only one payment for that debt. Me. For 30 days, I was supposed to give myself to a man so brutal, they called him Demon. I had to follow his rules, honor his demands, be available to him only. When I met him, he had nightmares in his cold green eyes and an enemy's blood splattered on his hand, inked on his body. How could I survive a month with this monster without losing myself? Except those eyes seemed to thaw a little each time he looked at me, and his chiseled body fit perfectly against mine. There was so much more to the enigma called Demon. So many things that made him my Damien. Suddenly, the only thing I was worried about losing in 30 days was my heart. Okay, that is the little excerpt on Demon's Dream, and we gonna go into like a bit of the book, all of the book, I suppose, because I would just talk about the book and my favorite characters, my least favorite characters, all of that. If you're wondering what book it is, it's this book right here, Demon's Dream. That's what it is. I know I think that the slide still says 1201, but it's Demon's Dream. I'll change it later. Y'all, the book was so interesting because it was real deal like thug love, thug passion, thug romance. These two, well, multiple, these black families that live affluent lives, but in the streets, you know what I mean? They running guns and gangs and drugs and stuff. They in the streets, but they high level. They not no corner boys or nothing. They the suppliers, okay? They sitting up in the offices making sure you get your shipment, okay? That's who these families are. The book is a pretty long book. It's 758 pages. Not gonna lie, this book messed up my reading schedule because I read best at night. So when I would wake up to go use the restroom, I get back in bed and be reading this book for like an hour turning into 2 hours. Now I'm just up in the middle of the night. So 758 pages. I think it's really on Kindle Unlimited, but like I said, they have a free trial. My fave characters are Diana, which is Dream's sister, and Lucian, which is James' granddaddy. My least favorite characters is Jordan, which is Diana's ex-fiance, and Darius, which is Diana and Dream's daddy. Okay, let's get into the book. Let's get into Demon's Dream. So the book opens with Dream's little brother, which is Diana's twin. He ends up going off and marrying this girl in the community, amongst the community. This is a problem because she was promised to this other guy in the community named Smoke. She was supposed no. Yeah. She was promised to Smoke, just this guy in the community, like, hey, you a big baller in the community. Let's join powers, get the family together. Right? Right. But she ended up being pregnant by the little brother. The little brother's name was D'Angelo. Gets pregnant by D'Angelo. They run off and get married. So as they're telling the family, they're like, boy, you know he'll kill you, right? You know Dante will kill you. He don't be playing these games. But he like, listen, he won't kill me when he find out that she pregnant. He ain't gonna leave his grandbaby without a daddy. So Dream is the family fixer. She goes over there to Dante and his family on behalf of D'Angelo and the daughter. Dante's name daughter is Crystal. Crystal's pregnant or whatever. She's going over there trying to figure out how we gonna smooth this over without any bloodshed. Okay, because like I said, these the big baller shot callers. So he basically wants Dream. And they're like, what you mean you want Dream? You a old married man, you perv. And he like, not for me, for my little brother. His little brother is Damon. His little brother come in fresh off of murder, bloody. Still got blood on him. And Dream is looking like, y'all want me to be with him? And Dante is like, yeah, I feel like she will soften him. She will make him a little, not so much demon. You know what I mean? Not so much. So it's supposed to be for 30 days. He's stalling on starting this 30 days. When he saw her, he was just enamored. He really liked the look of her. He felt like that was going to be a weakness off rip. So he was kind of stalling out. But anytime he saw her out, if she was hugged up on a dude or a dude was flirting, he'd literally kill him, y'all. Would literally off them. Didn't I tell you, you mind? Don't be out here with no, with no other dude. And she be like, we ain't even started these 30 days, bruh. He puts her through, get on birth control because I'm gonna be blah blah blah. I'm gonna be shooting up the club. You feel me? Like, get on birth control. Go get yourself tested. I need to see your test results and stuff. Like, what's good? So they finally start this 30 days off, y'all, and it's just straight. He's not the type to go on dates. He's not the type to talk about feelings or any of that. But he is catching feelings, and she can tell. He will find himself putting money in her purse or doing this or doing that. And all the while, though, he's still demon. So he's still talking to her crazy, telling her to shut the F up. For her birthday, she had gotten, was it her birthday? For her birthday, she had gotten like, somebody gave her an edible at the club, and she was like, looking all drunk, stumbling around. He was triggered, and she thought that he was trying to kill her and drown her because he put her in the shower and was like holding her in the shower, y'all. So she's crying and screaming like, don't kill me, don't kill me. And he's like, oh my God, like, you think I'm about to kill you? Like, that's not what this is at all. But he ends up telling her how and why that triggered him. Damien, this is Damien, y'all. He ain't demon in this moment. Damien lets her know that his mom, she was a white lady, he's mixed. Like I said in the description, green eyes, light skin, green eyes. His mama was on drugs bad, and she, you know, had a pimp that was turning tricks, and he would be there and kind of see a lot of these things that was going on, so he was triggered by it. Sometimes the pimp would throw the mama in the shower and put cold water on her to wake her up when she would be just drunk and passed out. So that triggered him, and that was his instinct. So she felt a little closer to him for telling him her that, but also she felt like, yo, he really crazy. He was about to kill me and drown me in that shower, right? So this is one of those instances where he don't know what to do. He ends up putting some money in her purse because his friend Eve, that used to be his neighbor growing up, he was like, how you tell a girl I'm sorry? And she was like, girls like gifts, especially your little boozy girl. She could give her a gift. She'll like a gift. Which Eve, we meet Eve in the beginning of the book. I think that was actually the first chapter. Eve is being beaten on by her baby daddy, and he ended up hitting the child too. Somebody let Demon know. Demon went over there and murked him. Real easy, real. That's how we was introduced to Demon. And it comes to find out Eve is his childhood friend, kind of like a sister in the neighborhood. Her grandmother is the one that would save him from the crazy goings on of his upcoming. And once he had turned 14 or 13 or something like that, his mama literally sold him to the drug dealer's sister so that she can have his way with him. And she would be having these sex parties. She was like 20 something years old, and Demon was like 13, 14. And she would throw these sex parties and invite her homegirls over, and they would take turns with this child. Y'all. So he's Demon for a reason. You know what I mean? He got it honest because his upbringings were horrible. So as far as Dream and Demon goes, they have a real toxic hood relationship through the book. Like I said, he's always yelling at her. He don't want no other man to sniff in her direction. He out here killing people left and right. He at one point he murdered somebody right in the club. This on her birthday night. The guy that she was trying to make him jealous, she was dancing with this dude, and it was his club. Like I said, these are heavy hitters. So this was his club anyway. He was over in the VIP. He saw the dude. The dude ended up being his brother's, because this is half brother, his brother's cousin. And the dude was talking slick at the mouth, like, oh, let me get a chance so that we can share it. And da da da. Snap his neck. They carried him on out the bag. I said, what? Oh, we doing that now. Okay. So that was the type of time that Demon was on. And what annoyed me about Dream is like she'd care in the moment, and she'd be really mad at him about, oh my gosh, you have to stop murking people. Like, I get that your name is Demon. Do you really have to do this? And it's like, girl, you constantly going out on dates in the public knowing that this is who you tied to, at least for the time being. And he has explicitly told you if he see you with a man, he gonna off him. And you still like, meh. So that was the part that really annoyed me about Dream. She did not understand that there were consequences, which was so contradictory to me because it's like, you're the fixer. You're the one that's always telling everybody else there's consequences within the actions that you choose. But okay, one action in particular, and then I'm gonna go to some other character storyline. Um, Demon has this guy that is looking for him. So the lady that his mama sold him to name was Angela. That's the lady that had the parties with all her friends. He ended up burning down the house where her and one of the friends was in. And her ex or brother or something like that, the brother, he came back for vengeance. He's trying to get him. He gets to dream of one time in the office. He, buys a courier outfit, like say UPS. He buy a UPS man truck and outfit up off him for a couple hours. Go in there and talks to Dream, and it's like, oh, are your dream? Your dream castle? Yeah, okay. Do you really know who you're with? She thinking it's a UPS man. So once she realized who it was, she's kind of freaking out. He gives her a picture of 3 burnt up women's bodies. Now she gets upset and starts freaking out because demons don't touch children and women. He really only touched people that mess up the business and somehow, cross him over in business or beat women. That's really his only demographics of murking. So I mean, so she's like, oh my God, he murked these women. I gotta get to the bottom of this because he said he don't do that. She asked him what that was about. He told her that's the woman that exploited me out, so her friends or whatever. And so she understood, and they had extra security on them and everything. And then months later, um, Dream ends up getting pregnant. Dream ends up getting pregnant. They're back and forth because the 30 days is up, of course, at this point. She wants to raise her baby by herself. She goes off into hiding. She doesn't really want to even have the baby, but he's like, you better not get rid of my baby because I murk the doctor that do it. And you know I will. So she doesn't have she doesn't go to the chop shop because she doesn't want any more blood on her hands, Not the doctors, at least. These men that be courting her, she don't quite care about them. With the doctor, that's where she draw the line. So she run off for a couple of months. He's just under the impression that she did go to the chop shop, but he ends up seeing and finding her, and she is still with child. So they end up in therapy. They end up all in love. Oh, let me tell you about the birthday. Let's stop right here, y'all. It was her birthday at one point, and I'm like, at this point, girl, this is where you know that he really has feelings for you. So stop all that. He don't love people. He don't want people around. This is where you need to understand that his feelings override his words. He just has to mature to where his words catch up to it. But clearly, there are feelings there. Her birthday, he enlisted the help of her sister, her sister's boyfriend, which was another homeboy in the community. We'll get to that because they were my favorite. They were my favorite in the book. Diana and Smoke were my favorite. So he gets them to help, and then he gets his friend Eve to help as well because she's like an event designer, decorator, or whatever. She sets the scene or whatever. He's at the lake house where they have nice little good times and they decorate the gazebo. And she noticed in her office a while ago that she liked this painter, K. Reed. He was like, oh, I noticed that she had a nice K. Reed painting. I'm like, not demon knowing paint, not knowing art. Okay, I guess. All right, surprise the people then, right? And so he gets back. Well, we see him light up through art through his little brother. At one point, his mom comes to him and is like, hey, I'm sick. I ain't gonna be here for long. Can you take in your little brother? He's taking the little brother because he's like, he's a year younger than I was when she sold me. So he was triggered and wanted to help him. So he ended up taking in the brother. Him and Dream truly bonded. And it was a cute little family, right? The brother was into art as well. So he was talking mess to him one day. Um, he was talking mess to him one day about his painting, like, it's alright. And the little brother, like, well, you think you can do better? And Demon takes him to this secret room in the house that he always has locked and has forbidden anyone from entering. And he goes in there to do his art, y'all. And Dream is in there and realizes that he is K. Reed because she is noticing that, hey, there's a lot of K. Reed stuff in there. And you gave me an exclusive K. Reed for my birthday that you said nobody had seen, had never been in the galleries. Realized that he was K. Reed. It was a beautiful moment. And I'm like, that right there, you should have known that was your man, and you just had to get him to grow up a little bit, girl. But fast forward, she's pregnant and she's very naive that she, oh, ain't nobody gonna mess with me. Oh, she's telling the detail. You need to eat. You need to eat something. They're at the food court, and I'm like, he's supposed to be watching you. Why would he sit down and eat where he's vulnerable to one, not paying attention, and to two, he's at the food court at a full detail getting food. You don't think that somebody can be paid to poison him? That was literally my first thought. Why y'all in the food court? I would have the front desk girl or somebody else be ordering stuff. I wouldn't even be getting food directly, knowing that somebody out here trying to murk you. And so she goes to the restroom and tells him, I don't need no follow me to the restroom. Big and pregnant, mind you. Big and pregnant. In the restroom, somebody maces her and she gets kidnapped. She gets kidnapped. It's not funny, but what did you think? She got kidnapped, but he ends up getting to her or whatever. And the crazy part about the kidnapping, so Keith, the guy who sister and girlfriend that he murked, they found out that he had a daughter. So they, went through the daughter and everything and found out that the girl go to art camp with his little brother that he has custody of right now. And so they like, yeah, come with us. Come with us. They in the car, and he ends up telling the kids what's going on. Like, and the girl, she a G. She like, oh man, if you gotta murk me, I understand. He like, well, I'm glad that she wasn't no little punk, begging and pleading for her life and stuff. Like, she know about her punk daddy and stuff. Like, she was just real player with it. She was just like, I know what they up to. I know what they on. Like, it is what it is. But if you ain't got to, don't do me. But I mean, if you got to, I get it, right? So they get out there, and the dad just really has no regards for her being there because he knows that Demon doesn't hurt children. So he ain't even looking at, he like, girl, you straight. He don't even mess with children and this, that, and the third. So he had made sure that they met somewhere where Demon couldn't have no backup and everything. But Demon tucked the gun in the daughter's waist. Cause he like, whoo-wee, when it come down to it, I mean, she loved Cam, so I hope that her love for Cam gonna keep me safe, and that she know how to shoot a gun. So come to find out, little shorty ended up shooting her daddy because she was like, you was just really gonna let him kill me? you was gonna let him kill me, daddy? So she ended up shooting her daddy, and they ended up finishing him off because he ended up killing. They ended up poisoning the security detail that was on Dream when she was being all naive, right? So that's how their story went. Now, the grandfather, he is my favorite character. Throughout the book, the grandfather, and his name is Lucien Dumont. Lucien Dumont, he is like the OG OG. Everybody respects Lucien as that dude. Ain't nobody trying to mess with Lucien. It might be people that's more powerful than him at the moment because, like I said, he's older in a wheelchair. But everybody like, oh, this Lucien. Oh, baby, be quiet. We be quiet when Lucien talking, okay? He keeping it player throughout the whole book. Him and Diana and everybody is like on Dream's butt because they like, you keep on saving D'Angelo. He ain't never gonna learn how to be a man and take up for himself. Like, you need to let him take care of his own stuff. At one point, we'll get there. So my other favorite character is Diana. Diana is Dream's little sister. Diana ends up with Smoke. That is the guy who Crystal, the girl that the brother ran off with, that's what she was promised to. And Smoke wasn't messed up about it. He was like, I mean, she young. She deserved her chance. She was just going to be sitting up, being in a loveless marriage, being a wife, taking care of my baby. So I can't blame her for wanting to live her life. She deserves it. Now, Smoke, he is a widow. His wife passed of cancer and he had like a 4-year-old daughter. So he wasn't really messed up about nothing. He had a bunch of different bars, restaurants in the community. And when Diana found her fiance cheating on her, she ran off to one of Smoke's bars, not really knowing it was Smoke or nothing like that, just going over there. Smoke sees her. She vents to him, right? She vents to him, but when she tells her daddy about what happened, her daddy is like, girl, you know I'm trying to expand this business, and Jordan is what you need to be with because his daddy is fronting and backing the money for everything that I need in this expansion. So you still got to go through with this marriage. Diana was offended, but she was a daddy's girl, so she was gonna keep at it, okay? Until the wedding. At the wedding, she's there. Mind you, her and Smoke and doing like this. Dream lost her virginity to Demon. Diana lost her virginity to Smoke. The girls were virgins, lost their virginity to these high level thugs when they daddy wanted them with the polished up, buttoned up more guys. You know what I mean? And Darius discusses his disdain at every moment. Okay, so the girls are instant moms in these relationships that they're in, because like I said, with Dream and Demon, he ends up getting his little brother who's like 12. They have a great bond. With Diana and Smoke, he has a 4-year-old. So with Smoke, he's kind of shy. He's kind of hesitant to open up because he promised his wife he would never love again. His mom was like, that's not how life goes. And she told me that she wanted you to have a woman for her baby and you. She don't want y'all to be alone. But he's still feeling some guilt about that, right? But at one point, they all have dinner because the dad ain't talking to none of them. He completely financially cuts off Diana, and he ain't really talking to Dream no more. He feels like the girls are slutting themselves out for these thugs, you know, and he tells them that. The mama don't know that he be talking this reckless to them, but he does. And so at one point he ended up choking Dream. Only them two and the brother knew about that, I think. I don't think nobody else really knew about that until Dream told Demon. But Demon promised that he wouldn't murk her daddy, right? He promised, okay? So they're all at dinner because they a big happy family now. But a big argument busts out. It's all types of crazy. Smoke talking crazy to Darius. Demon talking crazy to Darius. Because they don't respect him for how he treat his daughters. They see these girls crying and hurt over their daddy all the time. And they are just over it. And they ready to murk these daddies. The daddy, because he doing too much. Damon ends up beating up D'Angelo at the dinner table, and Lucien was like, "Y'all be quiet. He need to get roughed up. He need to get beat up some. Like he plays too much. He do too much. He need to learn some consequences." I said, "Dang, Daddy, not you, not you. Somebody go on rough him up a little bit, but not too much, Demon. But go on handle him right." Diana and Smoke are just a really loving relationship. They are not as toxic as Damon and Dream because Smoke is a bit more mature. Like I said, he is a father. He's a little bit older and he has all of these businesses, restaurants, things of that nature. So he's more established, more even keeled, if you say. But he's still crazy too because he'll still offer nigga real quick for Diana. He was in one of his restaurants and she was on a date and she didn't know it was his restaurant and he was there with his family. And he came over there and stabbed that man's hand into the table. And when the man yelled, he was just like, "Oh, y'all, my bad for the disturbance. This is my restaurant. I'm Smoke. Everybody meal on me." Zayana was off put by it, but I mean, like I said, she left her husband at the altar. She was at they got to get married, and Smoke saw her hesitating and stuttering and saw that she didn't want to do it. And man stood up in the aisle and said, "Diana, come here." And she was like, at the altar at the wedding, y'all. I said, "Baby, this is too much. Too much." Tequila had me cracking up. They end up going on a little getaway because he already had a trip planned for his family. So why not take her too? She needs to get away for a while and clear her mind, and then she can get back to the madness. Y'all, Diana ends up getting kidnapped too, but it's of her own stuff because her daddy set her up, and this is when everybody had had enough at this point. Her dad still wanted this deal to go through with Jordan's family because he needed that money for his expansion. He took her over to his house and left her alone with him. Mind you, she told him, like, the daddy knew that Jordan had put hands on her. The daddy knew the type of situations that this boy had put her in and still went and left her alone with him. He beats her up, kidnaps her, takes her off some states away, and is beating and abusing her. Okay, Smoke and them didn't play. They ended up getting to her not even a week later, and they off the people that had her. Of course, it was Jordan and the chick that he was cheating with. That's like his little pet. What a hot mess, right? But those are the main parts of the climax of the story. It ends with, for one, like, before all the craziness happens, both of the girls are pregnant. Diana is pregnant, Dream is pregnant, which I figured because they was out here just having wild, reckless loving in home living with these men SCX. So I'm like, ain't no way they not. Ain't no way these folks waking up, rolling over into it, going to sleep, doing it all over again. They both gonna be pregnant, and they was. At the end of the book, we see that Dream and Demon have 4 kids, and he reveals that she is pregnant again because he always know when she's pregnant before she do, except for with the first son. The last chapter of the book is from the oldest son perspective, so it's super cute. Diana, I think Diana has 2, and she's done. Or was she had 2 and then pregnant? Because she was like, you know, we gotta be pregnant together, girl. Too cute. They're all getting together as a family for Cam, the little brother's, Demon's little brother's college graduation. And he walks in with Kalila or Kyla, however you say the daughter's name, the Keith's daughter who ended up shooting him because she felt like he was gonna let Demon smoke her. And everybody's like, what is she doing here? What is she doing here? She's the op's daughter. She's the op's daughter. And I'm like, she smoked that man, or she was ready to smoke that man. She full blown shot that man twice behind him letting you get to her. So how's y'all having a reaction? She should have been in the family. She should have they should have that should have been the arrangement as it was. What you mean? What's she doing here? She should have been here. Did you pay for? You should have paid for her college too. She saved your life, buddy. What you mean? What's she doing here? Just because she the ops daughter? Boy, she saved your life. Stop playing. So I feel like Elle Kayson, that's what it is, right? Elle Kayson. Elle Kayson, we need a follow-up. We need this to be a series because I can definitely see us getting into um Cam and his perspective of all of this. Let's take it back to when he was a child, growing up with Melanie, how he was once he was dropped off on Demon's doorstep, and all of the things from his perspective. That could be his first book. His second book could be where he going now. He finna marry this girl, graduated college and all of that. So I think it would really be fun to get that perspective on the next book in the Demon's Dream saga. But that's it, y'all. That's it. I talked way longer than I planned to. I didn't really mean to go so deep. But yes, y'all, that is my first review for the Bookin' It playlist of the channel. We will do these quite often because I be reading these books and I want to have discussions with other YouTubers and people from my book club, and also just, interview some of the authors. I've already got some things in the works. That's why I was trying to test out the streaming platform so that I could be able to interview people. But as we can see, it did not go as planned, y'all. It didn't. It didn't. So we'll have to try that on another day. But until next time, y'all be easy. Have a good one. Like the video. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know what you thought about this live. And I'll see y'all next time. Bye.